everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So, a couple weeks ago, I got a comment on one of my videos saying, how do I time manage? How do I manage school, exercising, social life, YouTube, all that kind of stuff? How do I time manage? I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. I have this overwhelming feeling that everything will eventually get done. Well, I do have this overwhelming feeling that I will eventually finish everything, and I have faith in myself that I will get things done. I do have a bunch of time management tips that I do when I'm feeling stressed, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, and when I'm just overall extremely busy. So, I'm gonna share with you guys how I time manage. I guarantee it comes to no surprise when I say that scheduling and to-do lists is a big part of my time management. For me, they allow me to know what I need to accomplish and when I need to accomplish it. To-do lists, I'm able to see everything I need to do, and in the schedules, I lay out when I need to do everything. There are two types of schedules that I like to do, either weekly or daily. I create these weekly schedules where I write what needs to be done each day of the week. And these weekly schedules aren't super strict. I usually do it on my phone because then I can just check everything off really easily and I can delete it when the day is done and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes I do feel like writing it down. So usually I'll do a daily schedule when I'm kind of stressed, like this is when I'm like extremely stressed out about what's going on and like, you know, if I'm gonna have enough time to finish things. I do like a full-on daily schedule. I'll do like wake up at 8, go to the gym 9 to 10, breakfast, go to school 12 to 3, come home, study, and I just try and do it hour by hour so I have enough time in the day to finish everything that needs to be completed. And usually that's just if I really need to get things done, but I find that that's a really helpful way to manage my time when I'm stressed out, because even if I don't follow it directly, it kind of allows me to de-stress because I'm like, I know what I need to do when, and I'm not feeling all over the place and unorganized. And I don't know, sometimes it can just help me a lot to feel organized and to feel in control of myself and my time. This is not sponsored, this is just an app that I actually use. It's called P-Schedule. Interesting name if you think about it. But anyway, so this app, every time a new semester begins, if you're in university, this will be super useful. It doesn't have to be this exact app, but any app similar. I look at all the course syllabuses from each of my classes, and then I take that assignment date and I put it on this app so that whenever I look at the monthly calendar, I know when each assignment is due, so then I know which assignment I need to start and when I need to start them. Another thing I find that's pretty important to my time management is prioritization. Dude, this pumpkin is rotten. What? That's so funny. It's like deflated. Oh boy. I guess that was a low priority, putting the pumpkins in the garbage. But anyway, what I mean by prioritize is, let's say if I were to have an assignment worth 20% of my grade and one that's worth 2% of my grade, obviously I'm gonna work on the one worth 20% of my grade a lot harder. We know that. And I'm gonna put that at the top of my list. Now, let's go for the 2%. If the 2% of my grade is gonna be really time consuming, obviously you wanna get everything done, you wanna finish things. But for me, I found that sometimes I have to give up on that extra little 2% boost because I simply don't have time. Well, last year there was this assignment that I didn't do very well on, and I could have redone it and gotten a better grade in the class, but I was like, near the end, I was like, I'm still gonna get an A in this class, whether I redo this assignment or not. And as much as I want to get that better grade, I have other things to do, so I just kind of set it to the side and started working on other things. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices and it sucks, but obviously try to always do as much as you can. But again, at a certain extent, sometimes you can't get everything you need to get done, and that's okay, and you need to give yourself a little bit of grace. I find it hard to sometimes give myself grace when I forget assignments or forget like little things, but that's just how it is. You can't do everything everywhere all at once, and all you can do is try your best. My My next tip is maximizing your time. When you are busy and you've allocated time to do a specific task, use that time and get active, you know? Use that time and be super productive and try your best to do your best and put your full effort and try to finish whatever you need to do to the best of your abilities. Because when you give yourself that time, you're writing it down in your schedule because it's something you need to get done in that specific time. And also, if you just power through it and you get it done, you'll be able to have time to do other things and you'll get it over with. All we have is time, and you want to use the most of it. If you're scheduled at 2 p.m. to do your math homework or write an English paper, use that time and get busy. Get to it. Get cracking. You can do it. I should be giving this speech to myself. Also, another way to maximize your time is like other things, like if you're cooking, cook a big meal so that you have leftovers for later, because then you're using your time effectively, you know? You're cooking a big meal, and instead of cooking 14 meals, lunch and dinner, and, you know, actually that's more than 14, that's 21 meals a week. Instead of cooking 21 meals a week, cut that in half by cooking bigger portions and having leftovers, and that will give you so much, that will save you literally so much time. Stopping for groceries on the way home from class, I do that too. Just finding ways that you can use your time more effectively will give you more time to do the things that you need to do, you know? And one way to maximize your time when you're doing assignments or you name it is to minimize distractions. So when I am doing assignments, when I'm doing school, I have 3 main ways that I minimize distractions, okay? So number 1 is changing my environment, whether it's going to a coffee shop or to the library. These places are where I get busy. They are where I get productive. They are where I don't worry about vacuuming. I don't worry about cleaning my sink or taking out the compost, okay? I am there and I'm there to work. And also the fact that there are a bunch of other people getting busy, being productive, makes me feel bad about myself. So I'm like, you know what, I should probably do my work. So being in an environment where other people are studying, where other people are being productive, kind of helps me to feel productive. So that's one of the main things that I like to do to minimize distractions. Because again, when I'm at the library, when I'm at a coffee shop, I'm not home. I feel like home has a lot of distractions and things that can, you know, lead to procrastination, like I said, like making my bed or cooking a meal. When I'm home, I can easily get distracted, whereas if I'm at the library, I'm not gonna go and clean the library or cook some soup in the library. Like, that just doesn't really happen. So it's just, I feel like, a better environment for studying and for being focused and productive. The next thing that I like to do is when I'm doing work, if I don't feel like going to a coffee shop, if I don't feel like going to the library, if I kind of just want to stay home and try and get things done, I will set a timer for 30 minutes and I will just work. I will have my phone on the other side of the room. I will still listen to music because obviously who wants to do work without a book? But I will listen to music, I will do my work for 30 minutes, solid, just straight on. And then, once that timer's up, I'll set another timer for 5 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, I scroll on my phone, I, have a little snack, talk to my friends, call my mom, whatever, you have it, you name it, and it's just my little break time. Once that timer goes off, right back to studying. I find that that's very helpful, gets me in the working mindset, and then I get a break, a little working, a little reward, a little working, a little reward. So, I find that can be really effective sometimes for me, and then other times it's not super effective, so, it depends. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. And in the times that literally nothing is working and I'm extremely distracted all the time, I simply offload/delete social media apps. Well, not delete, I literally just offload them. TikTok is my biggest distractor. I am so distracted by TikTok. I could scroll, I was on there for 4 hours Dude, my screen time is literally horrendous, and I don't want to look at it. I should probably turn it off because I hate looking at it. If I am in times of stress, if I am in times where I need to grind, where I need to get things done, get busy, get productive, I will offload TikTok. And I just go in the App Store and I offload it for like 5 days, and it's kind of a good way to hold myself accountable, because then I'll go on my phone, I'm like going through the other apps, I'm bored, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go on TikTok. Then I go on TikTok and it's like offloaded, and I'm like, why is it offloaded? Oh, I offloaded it because I want to be productive. And then I just go and do work. So that's that, because then when I go on my phone, I'm like, I'm bored, there's literally nothing to do on here, so why don't I just do my homework? So for me, as much as the grind is important, getting work done, getting through all I need to do is important to managing my time, it's also important to note that taking breaks can be very, very beneficial. I like to set aside some time for breaks. You know, setting time to be really productive, but then also allowing yourself to have some downtime. Crocheting, you know, doing a hobby, doing something that creatively stimulates me, working on a creative project, seeing friends, going for walks, all of that stuff is, you know, it's good for you. Yeah, and that's one of the ways that I time manage, because when you take breaks, it allows you to restore your mental energy. They can improve your focus and concentration and prevent you from burning out. The thing is with breaks too is that ideas can be generated through a break. If you're going on a walk, you could think about your science project and what you might want to write your paper about. But obviously, sometimes you really don't have a choice and you can't really take a break. Okay, productive procrastination does sound like a oxymoron. For me, what productive procrastination would look like is if I have an assignment due next Wednesday, but I don't really know what to do, I'm feeling stuck. So I would just use that time and clean. You know, I'll put on my music, clean for a bit, and then come back to the work. That's pretty much just alternating tasks. Or yeah, like let's say I'm supposed to be doing readings for my marketing class and I am fed up with it, I don't want to do it anymore. I could just work on my resume. Just kind of stuff like that, where just alternate tasks. When you're procrastinating one task, work on another task that you kind of have to do, but you're a little more excited about, because at least you're getting work done and you're not just doing nothing with your time. Because a lot of the times I'll alternate tasks and I'll come back to it and I'll feel refreshed. I just feel like it's important to give your brain a break when you feel like you've hit a wall, when you feel stuck, and yeah. That kind of consists of all my time management tips. That's what I do to manage my time. Obviously, everyone's gonna be different, but that's just the way that I like to manage my time. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I do hope that it helped you maybe kind of think more about your time management, or, you know, maybe helped you find ways to manage your time better. And yeah, I don't know. I hope I helped you guys out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. Bye.